If you scroll the video, it's boring. Your mental phase is equal as 0.
Ciao ragazzi!
Hi guys!
Welcome to our first podcast in YouTube.
Pop the Prosecco with the Pizzinis.
Yes.
I'm Jessie.
And I'm Alessio. So, what is the topic today?
If you didn't know, we do have a regular audio podcast that can be found on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout. But we wanted to make a visual version for our YouTube friends, so we're excited that you're joining us. So, Mare, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about La Dolce Vita.
And that is why we have our little glasses of wine.
Yes. And then we're just talking with you guys and explain the difference between La Dolce Vita in Italy and La Dolce Vita in United States.
Because that's one of the most asked questions that people ask us is,
Yes.
How is the lifestyle different
To
for
Italy.
Because you've been
Yeah.
able to live a long time in both places.
Yeah.
Is it very different from Italy and the US?
Oh wow, if it's different. So I'm here from 8 years. Almost 9!
nine.
Whoa!
In March.
Oh, I need to tell you my story when the cops they stopped me and whatever. It was crazy. But that is another story. So the Dolce Vita, when I came here, obviously I noticed it is only work. Like you're working in the holidays, enjoy. Christmas is crazy here because it is so fast. Like you have Christmas and then the day after you go work.
Yeah, the work-life balance is not good here. And it gets worse and worse because I think a lot of people are concerned to take off on holidays or to take vacation days or sick days even. They want to go to work when they're sick because they think that their boss will think that they don't have a good work ethic or they'll get passed up for a promotion or it'll look bad on them in some way. And it seems to get worse and worse. I remember for Thanksgiving, Black Friday started on Black Friday and then it started a little bit earlier, a little bit earlier. Now on Thanksgiving, everybody has to work in the stores because of Black Friday.
And then they started a week ago, that super early Black Friday. And then it's the actually Black Friday. But maybe because it was too much chaos. I don't know, because it was chaos. When I was in Italy, I was watching the videos from money. Exactly. No chaos. It's money. Yes, it's money.
Saldi, amore.
Saldi is money.
Well, I think that that's one of the biggest things I recognized when I first met you is because you were talking about all the holidays that you celebrate in Italy and how many holidays they have compared to what we celebrate here. And nobody is afraid to take these holidays. In fact, you look forward to them. When a holiday comes around, everybody's ready to go. They're ready to get together with friends or family, go to the mountains or a park or a cabin or the beach.
Yes.
And they're ready to eat up their vacation time.
Yeah. We stop more respect here. And then I think here, when you arrive a different level, not when you're young, kid, you always thinking to go around. But when you are a little bit in your 25 after college, you start go work. I think here it is only about work. You're thinking about your career, so you're working extra. It's nothing wrong. But I think you need to take a step back and chill sometimes. I don't see it here because we have a business as too, and then when there was coming emails, we wasn't answer the emails even 8 p.m.
Yes.
because we was afraid to take the job.
Right. When we quit working for other people and started our own business, we were thinking, we're going to have so much more free time, flexibility in our schedule. But it didn't work out that way because suddenly all the responsibility was on us. So we started working twice as much as we did when we had a regular 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
And we were working up until 11 or midnight, answering emails, preparing for the next day's work. It was insane. We were working constantly. We'd stop for eating, quick meal, and then go. 2 minutes.
I think if you want to know our story, like how we open a business, you have to really like this video because we was in a room, living in a room, no heat, No.
A window air conditioner.
A window air conditioner. Then
We
cold.
were
It was like we have like the little fans position like
with
this.
lots of blankets.
Eating pasta white every single day for
Not going out to eat at restaurants
For
or
a
out
while.
with people at bars or for parties. A lot of sacrifice to get our business going.
We was like crazy.
And Alessio got a nice introduction to the American lunch break, you know, eating while you're working.
Oh yeah.
We don't even take a break to eat lunch here.
Yeah, exactly. Because here I see a lot of times when I go to the stores, you know, maybe the hardware stores. I notice I go inside, the girl to the computer eating her lunch like this, like couple bites, couple emails, talking to you, then finish talking. I see go give a couple bites again. Like then the meal obviously was a classic salad with chicken, with everything mix, terrible meal. But everything mix and then eating when you're working. So I was thinking,
What are you doing?
what are you doing? So you don't have an hour break? No, you don't have an hour break because they prefer working that hour. They know it's not important to eat. Like, stop.
Right. In Italy, you really value mealtime.
At 12, everything closed. You go in Italy, the bells, you can hear the bells all over the place. 12, you have until 12:30. Everything is closed, and then we reopen at 3.
He means everything. You can't go in a store and buy
Pharmacy.
anything. Pharmacies are closed. It's
Yeah,
their culture. Their lifestyle is to close down in the middle of the day. Everybody either goes out to like a restaurant to eat with coworkers, or you go home and you cook a meal with your family.
yeah. Then if you have in the factories, there you have actually you don't go home. You could go home. You have 30 minutes or an hour stop, okay? But sometimes you wanna, in that case, sometimes you wanna eat fast, but you reduce your hour. It's not that you stay until stop to 5. You stay until 4. If you stay an hour, if you take an hour break, you stay because you need to be.
You still have to get the work
time.
hours,
Yeah.
but you're not trying to eat while you're working.
No.
They would see that and think that's ridiculous.
Yes,
because
it's
you need to
ridiculous.
take your break. It's important for your mental health and your productivity
Yeah.
to actually take a break before you go back to work.
And wait, I forgot taking a breaks because I work in the factory, and then this you know this too in Italy too for every work. If you have working at 10, is coffee break.
That's what I was thinking. Your
It's coffee
friend,
break.
remember when we went to Italy?
Yes.
And Irena, we
Irena.
saw her at a coffee shop, and you went over and you said,
Are you home? Like, are you on holiday?
yeah.
And she said,
Oh,
no,
no.
just coffee break.
Yeah,
like
we just
in the
took
bar.
a break from work to go
Yeah.
grab a coffee, and you asked her how long they'd been there, and she said something like 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
already.
45 minutes. Yes, it was the company was up, so it was a bar down. So they take a, and this is always, even when I'm in the factory, it is a machine, coffee machine. So we say, hey, it's coffee break. We go everything there. You juice your coffee. It's supposed to be 5 minutes, but it's 10 or whatever. So the working is really chill.
But that's the thing. Everybody does that. Everybody appreciates moments like that, so it doesn't have the negativity around it that it would here.
Yeah, exactly. So in US, I noticed that everybody it is like working crazy, and in Italy we have the step back.
You need a balance.
Balance is hard. I don't know in everything in life.
It's
balance
that
is
classic thing where you say you either work to live or you live to
hard. For
work.
work. Yeah, I prefer living for living.
And I think it's easy to get pulled into that here, right? You found yourself time and again saying, oh my gosh, I'm starting to have that American work mentality.
After 9 years, came here in the United States, I need to say, I pick up a little bit the American culture.
Because it's the atmosphere that you're in. You're surrounded by it. So it is hard to break away from it when you're living here.
Yeah.
You have to make the steps, the choices to find the balance.
Yeah, at one point, I don't remember, it was 2 years ago. I not depressed, but for one point I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with my life. Like,
You felt like your life was moving by and you're wasting
my life. Yeah, because came from Italy, have a nice style life. Like at one point, 5 p.m. you go with your friends drinking little thing. Then you go back home, you eat, and whatever the day like this. It was like more. You do something, you know. Here it is like I working, go home, you cooking, we go watch Netflix, I get it, and then you go back to sleep or work. Because when we have the business, like we said before, we was working till midnight.
We
like
went through our regular day, we stopped to
like
eat dinner,
how
and then
ranking
we
in
kept
Google,
going.
we was searching
Building
for
our
our
website,
business.
because we did all that ourselves.
Yeah.
Build our website by ourselves, learn how to rank higher in Google, get all of our social media things out there. So it's a lot. If you want to be a business owner, you do have to sacrifice a little bit at the beginning.
That's why we opened this podcast, guys, so we can drink it. No, yes, this is the real reason we did the podcast. The podcast, it is just for have aperitivo with you guys, because the aperitivo is like
a time to get together with friends and talk about
stuff in life. You know, have conversation like what you did your day. And do you know what I noticed? One thing in Italy, now when I go back, a big huge deal when I go back in Italy. Nobody, all my friends, talking about work.
That's so true. You're right. I forgot about that. And you and I are bad because we always bring up work when we're there.
Oh, my mom, my grandfather, my friends. Again, my grandfather was here in the United States, and then when I was there, he was talking to me about work, you know. My mom, my friends, all my friends. One time, can we go there and then try to explain this amazing America about work? Because America blew my mind. Like, I need to say, I came from Italy with one concept, the business and whatever. Here, I 10 times step level higher than what I was before.
Definitely.
Now, I can open a business and I know everything what to do for this running, right? When I was there, I was dreaming this and nothing happened. So when I go have a conversation with my friend and say, you know what you need to do? You need to do this, you know? They lost and they changed conversation.
Well, they looked at you like, we're out at aperitivo, why are we talking about work?
And then we're not talking about work, exactly. Like they say, oh yeah, let's talk about another day. What are we talking about right now? So I buy a new bicycle, I make a trip to go to the mountains. And I'm not anymore used to these conversations because I'm used to for the American.
They leave work at the office.
And
when you're with friends and family, it's your time to talk about life in general.
Yeah. Like, totally crazy. Like,
hobbies, vacations, what you did with your friends last weekend, what you're going to do with your family tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about work.
No. And if they're talking about, it's 5-10 minutes. Like, oh, wow, great. Oh, do you know how I invest in stock market? You need to read this. Oh, great. So do you see the new Lamborghini?
And it's on to the next
conversation. I swear, if it's an Italian American there watching this podcast, you cannot non-comment below and tell me it's not true, because I know a lot of Italians are here in the United States, they go back in this mentality. When they go back, they're losing it.
Well, this is a good point though, because a lot of Italians will come here because there is great opportunity for work in the U.S. It's amazing opportunities, especially if you want to open your own business here.
Yes.
But again, you get trapped in that
rat
cycle
race
of work, and you lose that sense of relaxation. And Dolce Vita, the sweet life, is what it literally translates to.
Exactly.
So we talked about the work balance, but what other things would you say are important to la Dolce Vita?
Well, the work balance, it is the hardest to get out. So here you need to have a therapist for get out from the thing. Another thing for the Dolce Vita, get what could be? Let me think.
Well, I was thinking appreciation of food,
Oh,
quality,
Oh.
seasonality,
Yes.
gardening,
oh yes.
and making your
Oh.
own food.
My thoughts go away. Come back. Come back to me. Come back to me.
I
Yeah.
think Italy values food so much. It's obviously everyone knows it's a huge part of the culture there. But I don't know how much they know it's a part of the culture and how picky Italians are with good food, quality food, good ingredients, how they show on the news good healthy recipes every day when you're watching the TV news.
Yeah. If you don't see an Italian complaining of food, that guy is not Italian 100%. That is the truth. It's the truth. Because, yes, we are so picky because we grow up picky. Okay? I don't know if it's all Europeans, but Italians, I think all the Europeans, but Italians are really extreme picking food only because we grow up with that. Because there you need to eat good for feel good. So that is the most important. So the TV talking about food.
We're talking like the news.
The news.
Like the 5 o'clock news, the 10 o'clock news, not specific channels
Not
that
specific
are devoted
channels.
to food or anything like that. They break down different sections of the news story to talk about
Yes.
food.
High news is 30 minutes. Is 10 minutes what happened in Italy. Another 5 minutes what happened all over the world. We're talking about US. We talk about Australia. All over the place. Europe. And we start talking about then you start talking about gossip, like what happened,
Celebrity news.
like he left him, whatever, or she left, whatever. And then the last 5 minutes they're talking about food, and then sometimes they give you a recipe. So like it is 5 minutes. They talk you how to make your if you have problems kidneys, you know. This is a dish that can help like eat more fino because help you to do so maybe a risotto, something like that.
Okay, right.
So they teach you how to be healthy in the problems plus a dish, and then it is both sides. So we grow up with that mentality. Okay, you have to eat healthy,
And everything is fresh.
everything is fresh. Everything.
It's all right there. You can go to your bread store, your dairy is made right there with cows or goats or sheep from there. You know, you find your fresh vegetables. Most people have a garden. They're making...
Most people, 80% have the garden.
They're growing fruits and vegetables, and, you know, they have eggs and all these things. It's very important to have good quality food that you know where it came from.
Yeah.
And it's very important to eat seasonally there, which is something here in the US we don't think about at all. Like what is traditionally in season in the fall, in the spring, in the winter, summer.
Always in base the weather.
Italians eat based on the season.
Yeah. I think Europe based on the season. In US, it's not like this. And then a lot of people make a point, oh, I'm in California, the weather is always, oh, I'm in the desert. So I need to eat a pumpkin, because it's October. No, you're eating the
Based
season
on
in
your
base your
area.
And then it is a point if all you can grow the natural, they give you that fruits. Because it is in base the energy, the oils, because you find the nuts is for the winter, the cold, everything.
They're preparing for that next
That's
season.
it. Then I understand we're not living like all in the past. We are civilization more advanced, but I think eating seasonally it is I think a good even for the vitamins and for other things, because cold and hot, even if you are in the rooms, is affecting. Then we living different there too. Like we don't have super cold the rooms. We don't have the air conditioner.
No air conditioner.
Or not the
No
heat, super heat like
Right.
it is for us. It's like have induments or a blanket. It's fine
Right.
to be in home like a blanket. Here you go there, you go in t-shirt because it's so hot in the house or so cold the house.
Right.
Yeah.
So eating seasonally, good recipes, good quality, but
Garden.
Italians aren't afraid to indulge. Like they aren't afraid to eat pizza and pasta and gelato and coffee and wine, and they're not afraid of it, and they're not ashamed to eat it.
No.
They're not going to say, "Oh, I just ate that huge pizza." They eat a whole pizza by themselves.
Yeah.
So that's part of La Dolce Vita, is this idea that you can enjoy these delicious foods, obviously in moderation.
Portions, it is the right thing.
Portions are important, and combining, you might eat pizza one day and then the next day you eat a salad for lunch to balance it out. But they're not afraid to eat these amazing, delicious foods. So they do enjoy themselves, and they eat it with people
all the time,
for enjoying company.
Yeah, Saturday night is the classic, or Friday night. Most is Friday. You go eat, and Saturday to Sunday, all 3 days pretty much. The weekend, yes. Then in the week, Italians, they don't go eat out often.
Mm-hmm. A lot of cooking at home.
We cooking home, like lunch and dinner. Then obviously, if you need to go out like that, but most
we
people
cook mostly at home.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
So we talked about the work-life balance. We talked about enjoying yourself, little pleasures like food, taking small moments in the day.
Oh my goodness.
That's the huge part of La Dolce Vita. It's
Dolce Vita. This is the point. This is we can call mental phase between
mental phase. What does that mean?
Try to understand me, okay?
This is mental phase.
Yeah, the mental phase, it is... Phase.
P-A-S-A.
Of course.
I thought you said face.
Well, no,
Faccia.
mental phase. Mental...
phase.
Now I want to say
sorry.
phase.
Phase. Mental phase.
Mental phase.
Why don't you explain it? Because you're the one that made that term.
Okay. This is the mental phase. You're laughing.
No, because it's perfect example. Because already I'm over here thinking, what are you doing? Like, move. Come on, let's go. And I am the bad person in this scenario. I'm ready to move. And you're taking your time to enjoy a sip of your wine.
If you, in this podcast, you scroll the video and say, oh, it's boring, your mental phase is equal as 0. Because now you cannot stand up, enjoy a video like on Netflix. When you watch a movie, you say, oh, this movie is boring. Because you want action. You are in Times Square all the time with all this flash.
Looking for the next bright light.
Yeah, you like a little bright light. You are like a little bug.
Like this little bug that flew into your wine glass.
And make more good. Means it's gone. Protein. Yeah. Well, talking about the people that are eating the slice because they cannot stop and enjoy the moment.
Yes, you can't take a break to just sit and do nothing. We've talked about sometimes in the past, dolce far niente.
Exactly.
The sweetness of doing nothing has a lot to do with la dolce vita.
Exactly.
It's taking your time to enjoy doing absolutely nothing. When was the last time that you sat down somewhere without your phone or the TV or, any other technology, music, whatever, you sat down and you just did nothing?
Me this morning.
I did it earlier outside.
Yeah.
But I don't do it very often.
I go to my bench in my garden, just watching my garden, look the leaves right now falling down because it's fall. So I enjoy that moment. But to be honest, if I need a look in the past month, just now, the last 2 weeks, I start doing my garden.
Yeah, with the changing of the season.
Yeah, make me want to go outside. But
it's because we constantly need to be stimulated by something. And it keeps us from these beautiful moments that are the important things that life is made of, like sitting at a coffee shop and drinking a cup of coffee, sitting at your kitchen table in your home with your mug of coffee and just enjoying the flavor and the aroma of that coffee and the quiet
without watching your phone.
Yes, sitting outside and listening to the birds sing or seeing a beautiful flower and stopping to smell the roses.
Exactly.
These are the things that are important in making up La Dolce Vita, the sweet life, because these little moments strung together are what makes life beautiful and enjoyable. But sometimes we're so focused on just going on to the next thing, hitting the next accomplishment, the next milestone, that we totally forget these things. And suddenly you look up and you can't remember what you did the last week because you've been totally distracted.
Mental phases. So Maya is correct.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Mental phase.
Mental phase. Because it is in your life, you need to take the good moment every single day. No, when I go on vacation, that's it. Mm-hmm. Because every day is important for your mental, so you need to stop, enjoy it. But one thing I noticed in United States, okay, this is from European perspective, okay, in Europe we are more strict. I see. They run super fast in the morning. So for the breakfast, it is frozen stuff because you are used to eat eggs or whatever. We're eating cookies or pastry, but here is fast, okay? Then you go bring the kids at school. You run to work. You go pick up the kids. You make dinner for kids. The kids they have school every single day, and they have so much homework, for the day after. In Italy, the kids, they don't have that homework. Pretty much sometimes they have.
Now all the kids listening are going to be begging their parents to move to Italy.
Oh, yes. Then I see something unbelievable here. They need to go home at 4 o'clock, study like crazy for the day after. Mm-hmm. So many exercise. It is math, English, others history, read these pages. Oh, this kid stay 8 hours at school plus all that homework. Plus the parents need to follow the kid, So the
parents have just worked all day.
Oh yes,
they gotta go home.
And they have problems, so they figure out. And then if the kids put to bed early, the kids, because you want to just put to bed early, so because you cannot handle it anymore. Mm-hmm. So you arrive the day, you don't have nothing for you,
You missed all the small moments to enjoy throughout the day.
How many people after school take the kid and go to the yard, play soccer, or with him or with them, enjoy that moment? How many in the weekends? Yes, but in the week?
I don't know. I'm sure some people do.
Some people do.
But I'm sure a lot of people don't.
They was give me homework for maybe the next 3 days or the 4 days or even next week. Guys, when I was in Italy, come back to home 1 p.m. because we was finished 1 p.m. I watching Dragon Ball. I take my bicycle. I go around. I come back 6, eat, I go sleep, and my mom was happy. Yes, I don't even know study because the day after I was. No, I suggest everybody to do it, but I was make the homework when I was with the bus. I was asking
last minute.
Over the last minute, you asking the genius to the school, what happened to you study? Well, I don't have time. Okay,
and we've turned into a bad example. You have to take the time to enjoy the life. Otherwise, you're living all of your days and they're gone. You can't get them back.
Exactly. So just stop.
I like to think of in this moment right now, you will never have as much time left as you do in this moment. Because tomorrow you're one day less, and the next day you're one day less. So right now is when you have the most time left in your life.
Yeah.
So you need to consciously make the decisions to enjoy those little moments. And this actually is the big point of the podcast is now we know what we need to do. We need to find a work-life balance. We need to enjoy the little moments. We need to indulge and eat healthy and get out and enjoy nature and all these things that are part of La Dolce Vita. But the important thing is, how do you do it?
The thing it is,
you gotta work. You gotta go to school. So,
well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but the point is, how do these people who are probably sitting there thinking, that sounds great, but there's no way I could do that.
No, you can do that. It is like, I think you need to find a balance in base the work, can you do it? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a lot of works can make you the chance. You need to have a progress. Like you need to study something a little bit can make you like some living.
Oh, passive income?
Oh yeah, you need to figure out if you have a passion to have a passive income. A lot of people in the past was doing blogs.
Mm-hmm.
Now
like a side hustle.
If
you're working in a job that you have to work at in order to pay your bills and get your health insurance or whatever, you should have something else that you enjoy doing.
Do it, and then if you make a little thing, and maybe, who knows, maybe it can come your business in the future or whatever.
We are big fans of quitting your job and becoming entrepreneurs.
Oh yeah.
That's our stance.
Guys, we quit both hard jobs, and then
we'll have to do a whole video just about how we quit our jobs, moved across the country, and started our businesses with nothing. No money.
So we was living in the room with we was eating white pasta every day. We didn't go out with our friends to restaurants. We didn't go out to eat. We didn't have heat. We didn't have proper air conditioning. We had tons of blankets to keep us warm when it was cold. I mean, cold was cold here, and then we have 3 fans positioned.
Heaters.
Like
space heaters
positioned for try to the heat for come towards to the bed, and then if you go out to the bed, it was freezing.
We kept all of our lights off so that we kept our electric bill low.
Oh yeah.
We would live with one light bulb, only when necessary.
What? Only when it's necessary. My experience in America. I can write a book for hiking here.
So when you're thinking, oh, that sounds great, but I couldn't do it, we used to live that way. Like we were working for other people, but we made the steps to make our own business, and we did a lot of sacrifice to do that.
And the business not going to go well the first day. We know have business for 3 months.
At least more than that, probably.
Probably more than 3 months.
We started the business in June to July to August, September. Yeah, 3.5 months.
3.5 months without nothing like income from the business. And then the first income was $250.
Mm-hmm.
The first deal we did for our business, we were so happy.
We had a deal.
We have a deal, $250.
And then it jumped from there.
And then jumped from there, and then all this.
But that's the point. If there's something in your life that you don't feel like is bringing you La Dolce Vita, you have to make the steps to change it. Whether it's your job or it's the food aspect, you don't feel like you're eating well or enjoying your food, or you don't feel like your food is as fresh, or you're not taking those small moments. Start with one of these things. If you don't like your work, take the steps that it takes to start your own business or to change jobs to something else. If you don't like your food situation, start learning to cook at home. Stop eating out all the time. Start a garden. Get out and get your hands dirty.
Exactly. The food, it is the number one here in the United States, and if you fix the food, even your mental, it is better. So start fixing the food. Try to eat healthy. You go out there, you bomb.
But you can still eat the pizza.
You still eat
this
your
is
stuff.
The thing. It's a different mindset when you say eat healthy. Here you have a different thought about it.
Because you can still eating your pizza, your burger and fries or other thing. It is like you need to stay a good balance in the week, and then portions is important. If one thing I think is wrong, here they give you a lot of stuff. In Italy they give you the perfect portion, but here they give you a lot of food, and then maybe you can eat half and then you feel bad to not finish your food. Just eat what you can. Don't force yourself to eat all the plate, because you're not gonna change nothing.
Yeah, if you want to eat half of it and take half to work the next day, so you can
take
your 30-minute lunch break not working and enjoy the rest of your meal.
Exactly. Take it home, do whatever you want, give your friend, but eat what you feel food, and don't eat fast. Enjoy your food. Talk, enjoy, eat slowly.
Enjoy the flavors, enjoy the moment, enjoy the quiet of your lunch break.
Exactly.
You have to make the steps to do it.
Yeah.
And if you're in an environment where you can't do that, we would recommend you change the environment.
Yes.
Take the steps to change the environment. So this is La Dolce Vita. And it's the thing that we are still working on ourselves. Like, we constantly chase La Dolce Vita.
Yeah.
It's not something that just comes easily here.
No.
Because the culture is different, the lifestyle is different. If you want that lifestyle, you've got to make the steps to do it.
Yeah. The environment is really important. Living, you need to change your environment, like get out a little bit, or you need to force yourself really badly. Make a calendar, make something, force yourself. And I hope, guys, that this podcast, you enjoy it. It's our first podcast in YouTube.
Yes.
And
so cheers to that.
Cheers to this.
Cheers to that. Cheers to you guys watching. We love you, and we will be back for more.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Do you watch until now? Because means that you are in
The mental phase.
the mental